Now all the way from my homeland, Orkney, all the way to New Zealand, and all the places in between, everybody these days is a photographer, with access to reasonably priced digital equipment and also smartphones. And that's really cool because it encourages people to look at the world in greater detail and record what they see. And it's good for me too because it pushes me on to take a better photograph than I've previously taken before. So it'd be easy enough to sit in the cabin this morning and say, look, that sunset we got last night was just incredible. I have my shot for the trip. But looking outside and looking at the weather, the conditions were almost perfect. And it pushes you on to go and try and record that.
I think I saw one, yeah.
It's icy underfoot. There's a path, but we can't see it for frozen grasses over the top.
Coming up, trying to concentrate.
And it's pretty precarious because we're carrying 45 to 50 kilograms of gear. The conditions were perfect, but I don't think any of us realised what was in store once we got there.
It's going to be well lit, the mountain, before the light gets here.
I've never actually seen anything as dramatic as this, and I've been taking photographs for a while. So the time is just after 7 o'clock and we've come back up to the Tarns this morning to try and have a look at the Tarns at sunrise with the mountain in behind us. Now, I was going to have talked this morning about how different it is to try and control the light in your shot on a sunrise as opposed to a sunset, because you're more in control of the light as you see the light coming in a sunrise. So off to the side here, I'm not sure if you can see the fact that we've got some really nice colours starting. So the sunrise has started over the horizon, but it's been snuffed out by some really heavy low-hanging cloud on the eastern horizon, which is going to probably spoil the colour that we're getting on the mountain. But again, I don't know if you can see, it's probably too dark. The mountain's starting to catch the incandescent glow now from the orange from the rising sun over on the eastern horizon. So this morning we've got a few others. We've got Scott, we've got Dave, sorry Dave, you're filming, and we've got Dave's nephew over here, and they're both going to get cold butts sitting on that frost. Now the very top of the mountain's got cloud sitting on top of it like a skull cap, which is actually pretty cool, and that's starting to light up now. I'm just going to sit up and sit down by the water. The Tarns is actually frozen this morning, as the temperature here is probably around about -4 this morning. And there's a little wind chill coming off the sea, fortunately, and not the mountain. So 2 minutes and I'm going to get set up.
Oh, that cloud formation looks quite nice, doesn't it?
So it's just a waiting game now. So I'm all set up here with the GFX 50, and I can't believe how light the thing is. It's more like a conventional DSR, if not lighter, being mirrorless. So I've taken a couple of shots. I've got what lines have I got on, Dave? 32 to 64, which is really quite wide for a medium format. So no need for a pano this time. I can get it all in, which is awesome. So we've got some ice in the foreground. We've got some grass in the foreground. Analogs with the aperture ring just on the What I might do actually, because I love pano so much, I might actually do a vertical pano with a landscape frame to get a 1:1 crop, but wide both horizontally and vertically as well. So we've got some colour starting to form here in the southeast corner of the mountain. That's going sort of orangey red, and that should intensify over time. And we've got some clouds over to the right of the mountain here, but actually just catching the white light because they're in shadow of the sun by the mountain. And with the polarisation of the blue sky behind it. It's actually really, really nice. This is a beautiful shot. It's a beautiful spot. I don't know if the shot's going to be any good, but the spot itself is just amazing. Have you seen this? We've got on the focus ring, as we start focusing out from foreground to background, we almost get a pixelation effect, which shows you you're playing a focus.
Ah, yeah,
See?
focus peaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's pretty cool, because it gives you your depth of field preview too.
Yeah.
We're going to get the colour that we wanted today, but there's some colour forming on the right hand side here. There's pinks and blues, so I'll try and capture that when it's still there. But I'm not going to get that primary light before it breaches the horizon, because we've got the cloud bank off to the east, so that's a shame. But I'll carry on, and we'll put up in this video the shots I've taken, which is looking pretty cool. So I'm set up here behind the camera, and what I'm doing here is I'm actually going to do a focus stack. I've actually taken the grasses here in the foreground, now I've just taken that one, and now I'm focusing in on the mountain, and then I'll take another one. It's a 1 second exposure at f16. And now that I've taken both shots there, I'll show you how that looks. It's quite dark, but I can lift all the detail out the shadows, which allows me to keep the colour in the sky. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to loosen this off, and I'm going to race this up. I've just gone through a process of setting the proper Kelvin, making sure that I don't get any white balance changes. And I'm going to raise this back up, and I'm going to do this 2-frame panel, which is a vertical panel with a horizontal or a landscape frame. And boom. When I stitch both of these together, I should actually get something quite nice. And sitting here in this box seat with this spectacle going on in front of me was mind-boggling. And the clouds that you see streaking across the sky were just going to get better and better and better. There's some beautiful blues coming through there.
Yeah.
I might just have to do a second exposure and bring out the... That's really nice, eh? Look at this.
Yeah.
This is stunning. So I'm spoiled for choice this morning, so I'm putting down the GFX 50, and now I'm picking up the 645Z, so 2 medium format cameras. Pretty cool. And the colour is just starting to kick off on the right hand side of the mountain here, so set up quickly. There's some cloud coming in behind us, so we're going to get some bleach out of the cloud. I've got to go quick.
That cloud's drawn to it like a magnet, eh?
I think this is better than last night, Scott.
Hey?
This is better than last night.
It is. That cloud's moving in quick though, isn't it?
The conditions are starting to change quite quickly now, so off with the Pentax 645 and back on with the Fuji GFX 50S. For one last shot, and this would be the last shot of the day. And it didn't let us down. The depth of colour that you've got in here, and you'll be able to lift all these shadows and stuff. It's just... Well, it's Lord of the Rings stuff. Hey.
Yeah.
See the white cloud over there next to that? Yeah, that's it. That's a wrap, Dave. Now I've never taken as many photographs in one place.
Look at this.
And that's testament just to how nice this was. My butt cheeks are all cold. So I think that's us done. Taking some lovely single shots. We've actually, just saying that, there's still some light coming through just through the clouds. So the clouds come in now and swamp the mountain. But we've got some lovely photographs of some beautiful colour in the south, out in the southeast. So really looking forward to getting these into Lightroom to see what I've got. And I've taken shots with both the Fuji GFX50 and also my own 645Z. It'll be interesting to see how they render differently, both shot in RAW. And there's enough shadow detail here, I think, to be able to pull it back out. But the colours in the sky this morning, despite not being perfect, were just amazing. So I'm really looking forward to getting these up, getting these in Lightroom, getting these done, and sharing these with Jay and Dave and the team up at Photogear. And Auckland for giving me the GFX for a little shot.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We're going to head back down the hut just very shortly because the light has gone now. It's now daylight. And with that the colour goes as we predicted, so head back down to the hut and grab some hot tea or something and lay all this equipment out, because there's heaps and heaps of equipment we've got this morning. I think we're a wee bit over equipped, Dave.
Wow, you
Can never be over
I don't think you can ever be over equipped.
but we've certainly got a lot of stuff with us.
Yeah.
So
This is brilliant.
back to the hut. Have to watch these paths too, because the path's really icy and we might fall over, and I don't want to be carrying anybody off this mountain, so onwards, upwards to the hut. So that there this morning makes the climb up here worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just, I know you said you'd never do it again, but
I probably would actually.
that was incredible. Eh?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I might do it again before we leave. Maybe not here, but at least up to.
So that was quite a show.
That was nice.
Now it was going to take some time to realise the enormity of what just happened, and that would sink in over time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Water's frozen.
Our spirits were quite high leaving here to head back to the hut, and we had a little joke about not returning the camera to Photogear in Auckland and just keeping it.
Dave says he forgot he took it.
Yeah.
And it's not about the photograph all the time, it's about the photograph and the journeys that you take with other people and the experiences that you share together.
I think when you told us that we were about halfway,
That was pretty demoralising, eh?
yes.
I said to him, you should always tell them they're almost there.
The reason I said that we were halfway was just gives you some options about making informed choices whether he came up or not.
There's no way we were going to miss this. Might take it a couple of extra days, but
When you go off the beaten track, you're sometimes afforded some beautiful things that you wouldn't see from the roadside, and I would encourage you to get out off the road, into the fields, into the bush. And I find this quite a lot in New Zealand. We stopped in the cloud line where we started last night to wait on one last opportunity to see this mountain before we lost it forever. And Mount Taranaki made one last appearance just to show us who's boss, and what a show of strength.
Look at that.
alright.
Oh, lift them out.
Oh, Jesus, look at this.
That's just incredible, eh?
It's where the sky meets the earth.
Nice to meet you, Dave.
You too, thank you so much for your help.
Yeah.
Getting us here.
Yeah. Just hope you enjoyed it.
I loved it. Well,
Yeah.
not travelling, but
Yeah.
once a week.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Cool, man.
Right, until next time.
Yep.
You in?
Cheers, Dave. Nice to meet you, man.
You too, mate.
We'll catch up next weekend.
Yeah.
Alright.
Thanks for this.
That's fine. Thank you.
Oh, no, maybe I shouldn't say thank you.
Wrong statement.
Yeah.
Alright. Take care on the way down, eh?
Yeah, we'll do. Be safe.
Now, photography is good for the soul. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's therapeutic. In the 2-hour walk down here, it's good time to reflect on what just happened. There's a 4-hour drive and my journey isn't finished yet because I've got to Take my process from having seen it, having put it on a sensor, seen it on the screen, and getting it enlarged and printed big, framed up, and stuck in a wall. That's the stuff that I do. Until next time, cheerio.